is so good to have you here with us on Leadership TV. This is Entertainment Gist, and of course, I'm your host, Cynthia Onwado. I'm not alone in the studio. I have a beautiful lady here beside me. Hi, Precious.
Hi, Cynthia.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Are you ready to delve into the muddy waters of the entertainment
We're ready
world?
to drag some people.
Yes, all the chaos, all the buzzwords. This is where we bring it to you, hot and spicy. Well, first of all, we'll be starting with Angela Okorie and Ifeoma versus Mercy Johnson. Of course, right after the unfortunate demise of Junior Pope, we've seen a lot of dragging, a lot of back and forth in the Nollywood industry, blame games here and there. And then we're asking ourselves, what is even happening? What is it? But the latest one right now is Angela Okorie coming out to drag Mercy Johnson and calling her the W word. That is calling her a witch and saying her mother is also a witch. Her mother was responsible for taking the destiny of some Nollywood actors and actresses. Oh my God, these are allegations. Of course, nothing concrete has been established. I'll say that again. These are allegations from Angela Okorie. But then again, she went a step further to get a childhood friend of Mercy Johnson. They got into the Nollywood industry together. And of course, on a live video on Instagram, Ifeoma narrated how she and Mercy Johnson went to the mother's room and then they did blah, 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 blah. And then Mercy Johnson's mother exchanged her destiny with Mercy. It's just a lot. What is it? What is it really? It's tiring, honestly. Precious, what do you think? What do you have to say about the accusation?
I feel like those are very strong allegations.
Really strong ones.
Very strong ones.
Yeah.
Because it's one thing to insult a person online. It's another thing to call the person a witch and say the person is possesses some kind of black magic.
An exchange of destiny. How now?
But
then again, Nollywood has had its own fair share of controversies. We've heard about bullying, we have about the casting.
Yeah.
Even right when we were going through the unfortunate demise of Junior Pope, we heard a lot about him being casted and blacklisted in Nollywood from getting roles and what have you. It's just a lot. I think Nollywood has a lot of work to do. They need to get their acts together when it comes to bullying, welfare of actors and actresses, even some of our legends. The way we get to always hear them falling sick, begging for financial assistance.
Nobody comes to their aid.
It's just that industry is just a beg.
It's a mess.
Can we say it's a mess?
I feel like it's
from Precious. Precious said it's
a mess.
It's a mess. Not me. I didn't say it was a mess. My hand is not there.
With my full chest.
It's her full chest. She's saying Nollywood is a mess. Please, guys, get your acts together, okay? And then Mercy Johnson's husband, of course, came to her rescue and said, I mean, it's when a tree is full of fruits that you see so many people trying to bring that tree down. So that means his wife is actually a star. That's why they're coming after her. But of course, Angela Okorie went ahead and called the honorable member of the Federal House of Representatives a houseboy that all he knows how to do is carry Mercy Johnson's handbag. How now?
So
Our
sad.
own House of Rep member. Angela, please, take it easy. All right, we'll just be looking at that particular story and get to see how it unfolds. But of course, Mercy has not even said a word.
Anything.
She has not even said anything.
She hasn't denied. She has not accepted.
Nothing. Just leave them to be rambling. Leave them to be talking. Let them say. That's basically what Mercy Johnson's silence is all about. Her silence is a very loud one.
Very loud. They said the silence speaks more than words.
More than words.
And that's that's what she's doing.
Let's move ahead to the next buzzbuzz on our list. Of course, last week we even went through the Davido and Wizkid wahala. God, it's just too much. And then a few days ago, Davido got into a scuffle with a
Abuja Baba.
Why?
I call him Abuja Baba.
Okay, this particular Baba went online. I think it was Twitter or Instagram and said Davido is 003. That is, he's in the Hall of Fame in our top 3, talking about Burna Boy, Wizkid, and Davido. And Davido is the bottom, number 3. And of course, Davido went and said, okay, I usually come to Abuja, I barb my hair. I know I've opened barbing salon for like
so
3
many people.
So you have missed your destiny with your big mouth. And then this guy went ahead and said,
You're not my God.
Okay, you are not my God.
If I blow, I blow.
But then I feel like Davido makes it hard for his fans to defend him.
Yeah.
He talks too much.
I feel like it's coming from a place of hurt. He has just seen himself up there for so long. So for someone to come and bring him down and say he's top 3, it's just whatever comes to his heart, he just voice out. But you know,
But being in that
it's
position in
still-
life, I don't really think you should be reacting to every criticism.
they brag a lot. Wizkid brags, Burna Boy brags, Davido brags. They brag.
Has
That's
to do with the
normal.
ego, right?
It just has to do with the ego, basically, and it's the money that brings the ego. So will you really blame them, though?
But would you allow things like this get to you when you've gotten to that pinnacle of your life?
To be
And
honest,
then somebody goes and says, okay,
Yeah,
you're number 3, and
yeah.
then you have to react.
To be honest, we are human beings. We have feelings, regardless of how rich you are, how wealthy you are. You're still a human being. So regardless of how you try to not give that particular
Energy,
troll and
yeah.
energy or attention, it still gets to you somehow. Like
Well, they are
somehow.
human beings, as we can
So
see. But then again, surprisingly, that Abuja-based Baba, in like a few minutes or an hour, he got like 13,000
Yeah,
FC followers.
they
They're trying to
they were
prove a
not
point.
playing.
I mean, this fan
They were
was
not
getting
playing.
too much. Everybody is just trying to prove a point. This is bigger than this is higher than this.
Yeah.
And these people, they are not even sharing their money with us. Like, why you give yourself this kind of headache?
We're not
Guys,
seeing
please,
anything.
it's okay. Enough is enough. Okay. And then going back to where Wizkid called Peruzzi, Davido's pants washer and songwriter and what have you. And then
Yeah.
Peruzzi went ahead and said, "Can you say it in my front?" I don't really understand why people try to shame songwriters. Songwriting is a skill.
It is. It takes a lot.
It's a talent on its own.
It takes a lot. Not everybody knows what to jot down when they hold a pen.
Hey, so I really
So-
think they should be giving their flowers. I don't know why
Honestly.
people like to trample on
Honestly,
songwriters.
yeah.
Really, a lot of great artists didn't even write their own songs. Michael Jackson, Rihanna, they don't
So
write their own
many.
song. They are
Till date, many don't write their songs.
A lot of great albums were, came alive through ghostwriters. People would never even know. So I think
Yeah.
a lot of accolades should be, given to songwriters. I don't really understand why we want to shame people.
Shading them.
Yeah,
It doesn't make
make
sense.
any sense. Okay,
Yeah.
let's move ahead now to Etinosa versus Pere. Okay, this one happened yesterday. Etinosa came out to say, okay, Big Brother Naija fans, please warn your
Fellow-
celebs that they should stop owing, they are owing me. You ask them to render services and then they don't render those services and they don't
And they
pay you
chop your
back their
money.
money, blah blah blah. And now we thought she was just throwing shade. People were just guessing, calling names.
Like,
one
who is
name or
this
the other.
person?
Who is she talking about? And then
Hey.
hours later, Etinosa came out with her full chest and she
Tagged.
put an at button.
She
Pere
tagged
Ebi,
him.
okay?
Violence activated. She
Pere, I
tagged
am not
him.
your mate in this industry. And then she's trying to say somebody, paid up or came to pay the balance of what he was owing or whatever.
Yeah.
But then, Pere being a very outspoken person, I'm surprised that he hasn't even said anything.
Maybe because it's true.
Who knows?
No shade.
Being a debtor is really not. It's not a
Good thing, to be honest. It's not a good thing. And I feel like if you're actually a debtor, you wouldn't come online to start like argue
who
with
you
somebody
are
that
owing,
you know that
right?
you're actually
Just
owing.
crawl it back
It just
into your shell.
it will
But
die
then
down.
This brings to mind the question of Big Brother Naija fans and the madness with the Big Brother alumni. Okay, you see them, posting birthday gifts, fake money, houses, and then these are people that you see them. You be screaming for them. You are looking up to them, but the fake life is just. It's too much, honestly.
It's actually, I feel like most of the fans they do too much.
Mm.
But then if they actually genuinely like you, they would actually go extra mile just to make, like when Erica got disqualified, they gave her, like they literally opened a GoFundMe. So some of their love might be genuine, but some might be, haters in disguise.
Haters in disguise.
Just
But I think all the fakeness is part of the
fighting.
packaging. I really think it's part of the packaging.
Yeah, just to make you feel like if you enter the show, you could also gain this fandom, this fan base.
Remember when the white money thing even happened, where even some of his fans came out to say, okay, we actually lied. You didn't give white money up to this amount. We just told him to play along. Big Brother alumni and fans, you people need to take it easy with the fake life, okay? A lot of reality TV shows all over the world with the partakers doing big things, but you don't really see viewers going out of their way to try to help these celebs to live a fake life. Really, I think everybody should just be true to themselves. There's no need for the packaging. If you have it, you have it. If you don't have it, you don't have it. Just work towards it. And it's also like a source of inspiration to people looking up to you. So why do you always feel the need to fake it to make it? I think that's what it's all about. Faking it to making it. Okay, let's move ahead now. Samklef versus Simi and Adekunle Gold. Another buzz was going on. I don't know if to mention Simi because she has not said a word. It has basically been between Samklef and Adekunle Gold. I know you are really up to date with that.
Yeah, well, Samklef is just somebody that I feel like he came online maybe from the bitterness he has felt all these years, from Simi not looking at his side anymore, and then he comes online.
Is always bitter.
Like he comes online, digs out, 100 years ago kind of chemistry between two of them. We don't really know when that happened, but then he comes, he says that, and then after saying that, he's like, I don't know, maybe he's expecting Simi to be like, oh, Samklef, I'm sorry I didn't answer you. I'm sorry I didn't date you that time. Do you want us to date?
Well, how did all this even start?
It started with Samklef a tweet saying that back in the days he's the one that really brought Simi to light with the producing, blah blah blah. Like when they were in church, I think something about being in the same church together.
Intimate church, I think.
Yeah, like he could not make a move for her because of there was already the other allegation going around that he was sleeping with like most of the girls, which wasn't true on his part. So like, why are you bringing all this up now? Like, it was like, what are you trying to bring up? It wasn't really making sense. So I get where the Adekunle goods come, because you cannot just come out after how many years. You also have your own bad record, but nobody brings that out because every producer will definitely, if not in the biggest chance, in the slightest chance, they will have somebody that they are owing a sound to. So you are owing Adekunle a sound, and you come out and start dragging his wife, thinking he'll be quiet. So to me, I feel like Samklef was very, very bored.
Few days after that, I think I saw a list Samklef made of people that he had made in life, popular musicians that
so
he made.
Funny that he calls him.
How you make all these people and then you didn't even make yourself? And then his age was going around social media, and he's like 39. They said 1 year
40.
left.
40-year-old
1 year left. Once you cross the 1 year mark, there's no coming back.
You should be retiring by now. You should be taking care of it, not dragging people that you couldn't, make chemistry with when in your.
But then again, it's bringing me back to Simi. This is not the first time somebody is coming out to, try to sexualize her, both from the past and the present. Even Brimo has done something like that. And then I'm wondering why her. Is it maybe probably when she was coming up, she never really engaged with these people, and then she seems to be the one that got away. Because why her name be mentioned every time? She's married now with a kid. Yeah. So what are you people trying to actually prove? Where is the respect actually? Sometimes I feel like these Nigerian artists, sorry to say, they really don't respect women, because some things are better left unsaid. I don't know why her name is continuously being mentioned in all these spaces.
After every 5 market days, they'll bring Simi. 5 market days, they'll bring Simi.
15 years ago. Oh, I knew Simi when she was in one struggling studio in her backyard. I asked her out, this. I wanted to do this with her. Like, why? What is the use, really? She's a married woman now with a kid. So I think we should just let Simi rest. She just wants to make music, love her husband and her daughter, and live her best life.
She's already living her best life. So
okay, let's move ahead from that bad book and go right into Fina versus her bikini and Twitter user. Okay, let's go back to a video. Let's watch this video of where Fina was actually on a podcast and insulting girls that post on their social media with pants bra. Let's watch this. We'll be right back.
On Instagram, girls go send her content that they do. They wear brazier, they wear pants for camera. My pain now how they behave. For example, you wear chingom gown. Man call you, tell you, excuse me, how much? You begin the vest.
Okay, now right after that video, we know that Fina, won one of her sponsored tasks to Maldives after all the various goes with various brands. So successfully, she was able to get her chosen location, which was in the Maldives, and she's enjoying herself, living the baby girl life, taking pictures, her food. You know, when you go to the Maldives now, all the paparazzi and all that now. So Fina's posting her bikini and all that. So a Twitter user, of course, went back to remind her of her throwback and said, okay, people that live in glass houses do not throw stones. So you expect what will happen now. And it became a back and forth. So Precious, this brings me to think some people actually criticize some things sometimes, maybe because they want that thing and they cannot afford it.
Yeah, I feel like if you know that you are not sure about something, there's no need giving your opinion about it. Because at the end of the day, you don't know if you end up in that same
doing it tomorrow, right?
Do you get, like, you just don't voice everything that's inside your heart.
That's the funny thing about life. But it's okay to have opinions. Yeah, it's okay to have opinions, but it's more productive, or it pays you more when you have opinions and you are grounded. When you give an opinion on something, I would never do this, I would never do that. You know that you are grounded, and then you know, at no stage in your life would you ever partake in such. Sometimes it's saying goes that you feel like you're an introvert because you're broke. You don't have the money to take yourself out, and then you come up before me introvert. I'm on my bed, I'm watching Netflix. And when you go out, go and spend money. It's just that the money is not there. People that criticize BBLs, people that criticize some forms of dressings, I'm sorry to say it.
If they have money, they are going for it. That's
if they find themselves
that's
in
the
some
honest
situations,
truth. They're
they
going
will
for
be
it.
doing
They
the
will do
things
it.
that they criticize.
It's money.
So,
It's
it's just the bitter truth. It's just the bitter truth.
Yeah.
Fina is a very controversial person. Sometimes some things she say does not even tally with her lifestyle. Does not tally with her actions. It's like her words are on this side and her actions are on the other. In short, Fina is she's just a lot.
Yeah.
Honestly.
She's a
So
lot.
guys, let's move ahead to another story that trended from last week all the way to this week. We're talking about the beef between Drake and Kendrick Lamar. It has been I think they've each released four diss tracks between themselves right now. I don't know if I can still count.
It should
I
be
think
more.
it's like 4 now.
Yeah, and like these hits keep making it to the top. Like with every diss track release.
What makes it so bad
It
is
still
the
keeps-
accusations that they are hurling at each other.
Yeah.
I know this beef initially was between J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar. Then J. Cole became the bigger person and then said he didn't find it, he wasn't happy, beefing with somebody as talented as he was. So he didn't think it necessary and then he apologized. And Drake just continued from where J. Cole stopped. But Precious, run us through how this beef of a thing even started.
So basically, I think it's because of Drake's album last year October. He dropped an album, and in one of the tracks, I think one of the tracks is I've forgotten the name. I think First Person Shooter. Yes. So he basically J. Cole in the track said something.
He featured J. Cole.
In the track, and then J. Cole said there were 3 goats. That's himself, Drake, and Kendrick Lamar.
Oh wow.
So apparently, in a new future, fast forward to this year March, a new future comes
I think
up
Kendrick with Future,
with
right?
Future, yeah. He gets featured on Future's single, and then he disses, J. Cole and whatever he said about them being top 3. So basically now, J. Cole steps out. He's like, no, like we're not top 3. I'm not your top 3. Like I'm bigger than you or something like that. So right now, it's like J. Cole stepped back. I was like, okay, maybe he's not.
I'm not heavyweight. Okay, I'm not in this. I don't have energy.
But then Drake, he's not going to do that. He believes he's like just like how we have Wizkid and Davido fighting. He believes
the
like
ego and everything. And these are
so
mightily talented men.
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar, he has won a Pulitzer Prize for writing. So that's a master lyricist there.
Yeah.
And Drake has like more than a decade under his belt with jamming songs, party songs, and raps and all of that. So these are 2 very talented men. But then the accusations that they are hurling at each other, you're a pedophile, you're a woman beater, you're
I hate
hiding
you,
a child.
I hate all your songs, I hate
oh my god.
it's quite deep.
It's negative.
It's quite
becoming,
I mean, that's the whole idea of diss tracks, negativity.
But we've seen diss tracks come and gone, and everybody just moved on with their life. I remember Drake and Meek Mill, and then years back, Nas and Jay-Z. We know the whole Notorious B.I.G. and Tupac thing. It didn't end well. I mean, till today, the events from that particular diss track still haunt so many families till now. So many people were hurt in the process. So maybe diss tracks is not all it's meant to be, because sometimes we can't keep it down to what it is about, which is music. It now extends to your personal life.
Family, they attack you, attack everything about you,
attack your family. I mean, Kendrick singing about the Grahams, talking about Drake's father and mother, raising him a narcissist. You're holding a child. You see Drake talking about Kendrick Lamar, one of your sons does not belong to you. You're raising another man's child. Very deep-rooted words that are hidden under rap beef. So sometimes rap beefs are not even all like that. The community should be all about progress and awarding talent, and not just about beef. Sometimes the beef can be entertaining, but when it now transcends,
I was going to say that,
into something
because it's all for really entertainment. I mean, the fans are really like enjoying it,
and they're egging them on, and then when they take you to the streets,
they are burning the whole stuff. Like it's like,
please,
go on, we want another one,
Please, it's becoming so negative. But I have to say that I give kudos to these men for the talent they are exhibiting.
Yeah.
You know, Kendrick drops in a few minutes, Drake drops in a few minutes, Kendrick drops again. It's like they have something stashed. You can't do that if you are not talented. That's a testament to how much talent these men, have. But then, please, I'm not all for taking it to the streets. Let it end in the studio where it belongs. Yeah.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.